going to take you through a quick tour of the RPM website so that you can see how the content management system and marketing system all works together. So here we have the RPM site, and we have their different layouts for the product information and so on. And it's a straightforward website, that's fine. If we go into the administration area, now that we're logged into the administration system, we can see our layout here. First of all, we've got these charts, and these charts show visits. They also show online sales, inquiries, and so on, and this is all interactions with your site if they're set up, of course. So if you've got an e-commerce store, this will show you your online sales. You also have any campaign summaries here for email campaigns that you may have carried out. And you have a live feed, and this shows you how people that are registered with your site through maybe the email marketing system or through sales or inquiries they've made in the past. This shows any interactions that they have with the site. So we can see here that the newsletter that was sent out last week, people are still interacting with the email campaign even today. And then we have any upcoming tasks. So each member of the team can have an account with this system, and they can use it as their customer relationship management and have their tasks and appointments listed here. Running down the site here, this is called the dashboard, but you can quickly get into any recent pages that you've been working on. We've got the site manager here. This is for managing your pages. If you've got secure areas that you can set up quite easily so that people can log in to get content, but only if they've got username and password. We've got web apps. Now, the interesting thing with web apps is this is the kind of thing that we'd be using for your product listings. So here we've got this is the RPM stock lister, and you can see that we're listing all of the products here. And the beauty of this is that we can build an application to whatever criteria is needed. So at the moment, with this particular product, with this particular module, you can see here we've got the name and the details, and that reflects back on the website the information that you see on the page. But these applications can be built around whatever's needed. So if you need an application that you need to be able to specifically list the different shredders, then we can build that around it very easily and very effectively. Built in, we've got blogs, event management, photo galleries, news systems, media downloads. That would be for things like PDF documents. And the great thing with having them uploaded through this system is that downloads can be tracked, and you can also put those media downloads behind, let's say, for instance, a newsletter subscription. Subscribe to our newsletter and get this free download document, and so on. FAQ systems, forums, lots of standard things that you would see on a website are already built in. When it comes through to your customer relationship management, your CRM, we can see here that if we go back, let's filter through people in the last, let's say in the last 6 months. We've got all of these different customers here. If we click through to their details, we can see their basic details because these have been set up for email marketing. But then we can also then track their activity. We can add tasks. We can book a phone call. So you can book a phone call through here that would send you a reminder. You could add all of your calendar events to your iCal or Google Calendar or your Outlook calendar. You can set up meetings, and you can keep notes on customers. So that then would share obviously your customer information across all of your different team members to make sure that everybody's looking at the same data, and you can see everything that they do on the site. So if this customer comes back and books an event or receives an email campaign, so we'll see here, you can see that this customer received the email campaign. and then we could track through and see what this customer did with that email campaign. Did they open it? Did they view it? Did they click on it? And so we can see that it was received, but they didn't do anything with that newsletter. And so running down here as well, we can set up sales forecasts. So if an inquiry is potentially worth, let's say, £5,000, you can set that kind of thing up so that you can see what your sales forecasting is and your potential lead value could be. So that's useful tools. There's a lot more in there. As I'm just giving you a whirlwind tour of the kind of things you can do. The e-commerce that's built into this as well is a very powerful e-commerce platform so that people can purchase items with your particular purchase, because they're large, very large purchases. You probably wouldn't make those items e-commerce, but things like your shredder banks that people would have in their offices, all of that kind of thing, and accessories and so on, could all be put into the e-commerce system. Email marketing, you can do two different types of campaign with the email marketing. An email blast, which is like your newsletters, which you can send out at any time you want, and then you've got loyalty campaigns. Now, loyalty campaigns allow you to do a couple of different things. So, for instance, you could have an anniversary email campaign, which would send out, if somebody sent you an inquiry, you could have the system automatically send them an email, let's say 2 weeks after they initially make an inquiry. So somebody fills out a form on the site, and then 2 weeks after, you may have contacted them, they may have gone cold, but 2 weeks after that initial inquiry, the system would automatically send them a reminder email. You could have an email series, so when somebody makes an inquiry, it sends them a series of emails, for, let's say, 4 emails over the course of 4 weeks, and it automatically does that. So there's lots of different things that you can set up, different types of email campaigns which are automated, but it does keep you in contact with your customers. Reports, we have a vast range of reports in here for checking out the demographics, geographic locations, unique visitors, content, email campaigns. We can see that with the RPM site here. This is the kind of spread that they're having, viewers looking at the RPM website, so you can see quite a broad demographic reach. And interestingly, that we've got a large amount from China and a large amount from the Netherlands. Now, the kind of thing that this information could give you, obviously, your business people, you know what reports, the benefit of reports, but it may be worth making site pages that are specific to the Netherlands, for instance, or specific to Ireland, if you wanted to sell to those, so that they're more likely to fill out a form or fill out a lead generation form, so on. So suffice to say, with the reports, you can pretty much drill down on any kind of information, and all of this interface here is iPad and tablet device friendly, so it doesn't use Flash or anything like that. So if that's your preferred choice for interacting with a website, you can use those tools. And then finally, we have the site settings, which is where we manage site settings that you kind of like set up once and then leave them to it. So that's a brief whirlwind tour of the system.